How you do? Edward Tyndall here. And
Jesse Tyndall.
And this is the second day of cooking. We want you to hear something. I don't know if the audio is picking it up. This is the luscious sound of something boiling that we'll open here in a minute. We are going to do, I'm actually giving y'all an update because I am invoking my right of freedom of speech. I'm not allowed to show Sarah on any video, nor is any other party, according to court order. And I want the entire world, everybody that's watching, to know that this is a one-sided court case. It's some kind of good old boys club thing that they've got going on, because since August 2nd, when Sarah had a stroke, I have been driving over 100 miles one way from Thomasville to Mobile daily, telling doctors how to take care of my wife, because they did not know what to do. That is the honest, God's honest truth. They did not know what to do until I got them straight. Then they was able to do what was necessary to fix her. Since then, I have given her optimum care, the best that anybody could ever do for her, ever. And after the argument that me and Sarah had over that swimming pool over there, wanting to send it back to her grandmother and aunt, and she never wanted to talk to any one of them again, and she told me and several other people that, and all of our neighbors heard it because they were all here. It was a hell of an argument. So she said right then she never wanted nothing to do with them again. And then she went months without even talking to them. And now she is court ordered. We had another court date, and the judge has said that the Marengo County probate judge, Lori Hall, has said that I'm psychologically unstable or something because I'm untriggered in my outburst towards the aunt. But I want everybody to know that's not true. I have a trigger. It's when anyone tries to harm my family or someone I love or something I care about or something I believe in. That's my trigger. And like for the last couple of days, I'm sitting there making the calls. The aunt provokes me every single time. She says, "Sarah, I'm watching Sarah all day, 23 hours a day. She smiles, all smiles." I got my brother with me. Is she or not?
Yeah.
Am I lying? All smiles. As soon as I dial the aunt and the aunt says the first word, Sarah starts screaming and crying and kicking and harming herself. And that's what triggers me. And I'm trying to tell my side of the story, but I'm told to shut up or I have no rights or whatever. And it's a one-sided thing. And I'm not allowed to have no witnesses. I'm not allowed to have anything or any proof or anything. And it was court ordered no one is to film her, but the judge is allowing the aunt to film and record me when it's after hours. Now, if they get their time from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock every day, which is 3 to 4 o'clock my time, because at 5 o'clock I'm dealing with Sarah constantly with all her medicine that's critical to her health. It has to be at that time. So that's what goes on. They get their hour. Now, during that time, also in the court order, it states that no one is supposed to be mean to Sarah in any way to make Sarah harm her physically, mentally, psychologically, or anything like that.
Talk bad about
family members or anything like that. So the aunt is constantly telling Sarah, "Edward don't care about you. Edward's just going to let you sit there and suffer. Edward wants you to know that he don't want to help you," or something. What was the day thing? She said something today. Pisses me off. She's recording, making false statements, falsifying evidence, and then presenting it to the judge, and the judge is letting it happen. Like
baiting you, catfishing you.
Baiting me, catfishing me, or whatever. And she recorded a thing saying that I left Sarah alone with Mikey, which is not true. Mikey was in school at the time that she said that. And I'm probably blowing her cover on this one because she was fixing to put that into the court system, saying I'll leave her alone by herself. Sarah is never alone. I am always right there with her, regardless of what anybody says. Sarah needs 24-hour care. I have all of Sarah's limbs moving and her head, and almost ready to get her trach removed. I'm doing this myself single-handedly. When I got her from the hospital, she had 53 bed sores on her. On a 1 to 12 scale, every nurse has come out here and doctors have said that she's a level 9, which 12 being the worst, 1 being the least. She's a level 9 of getting a high risk for bed sores. She has no bed sores at all. She had 53 when she came into my care.
And she has none.
And she had poop all the way up to her tracheotomy, inside her trach, with 9 different bacterial infections caused by that I had to deal with. I did, and now she's completely fine. So today the aunt calls and says, as soon as the phone rings, what's wrong with you? Oh my God, you got a blood clot in your head. Edward's letting her get a blood clot. He let something fall on her. Oh, there's flies in the house because of the frogs. Trying to attack Mikey's school project, which the school is going on. I've been forced from my home. Mikey lives with me now. He does his school right here. Court takes place right here. Everything takes place right here. So now she's making Mikey hate her even more, because
he won't even swim in the pool.
He don't even want to swim in that pool because of the argument that his mother had. He wanted me to throw it in a burn pile and burn it. That's what he wanted. I told him I'm not doing it. I turned it into a pond. And he said, that's good. We can make something good out of something bad. And that his grandma and aunt can't buy his love. That's his words, not mine.
It's in our earlier video.
Oh yeah, that's a different video when she sent him a Fortnite card or whatever.
Yeah.
They never probably even seen that video. I don't know. Anyway, everybody's trolling my channel, and I'm sure the adlitems are seeing this and everything. I'm not unprovoked. I am fully dedicated and devoted to this. They have cost me millions of dollars by the actions that they've taken. They've forced me out of my home, out of a safe, good environment that was proven a safe, good environment, and now they are just constantly making my wife where she's laying in a bed where she cannot escape. And I have probably about 20 to 25 witnesses that has seen this happen, where she is trying to run from them on the phone. So my wife is being psychologically manipulated by them that she does not want to talk to, and she has a lot of stuff in play proving that she don't want to talk to them, but the court don't want to hear anything that I have to say about the matter, and they just constantly torment me and try to threaten me about taking my wife away from me and putting her in a nursing home, which is not happening. So they can go all the way to Supreme Court. I don't care. This stuff is going to have to come to an end at some point. If anybody's out there and they want a multi-million-dollar case to go on, now's a good time to start sharing that around, because they've cost me millions and I can prove it. And if it has to continue to be like this, then the state of Alabama can be sued. Everybody can be sued. I'm tired of this. The state of Ohio can be sued. This is ridiculous. My rights have been violated. My wife's rights have been violated. She put sworn affidavits and other things into effect before she ever got this stroke for her wishes to be carried out, and they're not being carried out. They're treating my wife like she's retarded and that she's don't know what's going on. My wife knows what's going on, and that's the bottom line. They're just trying to manipulate the situation into their favor, while her aunt sits there and drinks wine all day long.
And cackling.
Yeah, and cackling. They'll say something. They'll say something that's negative about me or Mikey. They're even saying about Mikey. Oh, Mikey don't come and visit you. Mikey don't care about you no more. Edward don't care about you. He's letting you suffer. I see phlegm on your mouth. My wife is clean. I could show every one of y'all, but it'll be another direct violation of court order, and that's what the court wants. The court wants me to show no proof that I am an outstanding caregiver and husband to my wife, so they can manipulate the situation to get her into a nursing home, which will eventually lead to her death, especially when there's court-ordered oxycodone. She did not start recovering until I got her off of oxycodone. That is a 100% fact. I don't care what anybody says. My grandmother didn't start recovering until I got her off of oxycodone. Another 100% fact. I do know more than doctors know about certain things, because I have been a caregiver and working with people with a specific condition my entire life. I used to go with my mother to nursing homes when she was a LPN for 22 years. Yeah, 22 years. So when I was 7 and 8 years old, I was going to school with her, learning this stuff. I was her practice. She would stick needles in me when I was a kid, practicing so she could pass her test. That is an actual fact. I was wiping old men's asses when I was 8 years old in nursing home with her. Times were different back then. I worked with Dr. Alford down in Lake City, Florida, from the age of 13 to the age of 23, which is a leading veterinarian in the world, been all over the world, and I taught him a thing or two he didn't even know. So, they want to question me, question my ability, but I'm a healer. I heal people. There was a man right here in in Thomasville. Y'all seen him before, Rooster. He goes by Rooster. He's the one who gave me the rattlesnake that we call Halloween. And he had stage 4 melanoma cancer. Going to die. They gave him a month to live. This was 7 years ago. I cured him. I cured him of that by going out in my yard and digging up dandelion root, crushing it, telling him to rub it on his skin, boil it, and drink it. And he's 100% cured. He has no melanoma skin cancer. There's things I know in this world. Down in Florida, I was raised up by Indian reservations. I learned stuff from Indians that you would not even believe. I've been all over this place, all over, and I've learned every different type of ways to do things. But one thing's a fact, I'm the best thing for my wife. They're trying to kill her. And I want the whole world to know it. It's a one-sided thing, and they're just two old biddies that want to sit there and cackle and laugh and harass me and harass my wife when, since August 2nd, it's cost me $122,000 worth of snake eggs, $12 million worth of spiders that I lost.
One of them's what, 90?
Everything I own mortgaged.
One of them's what, 90?
What's 90?
The woman, 90?
I guess she's around 90 years old,
Like
and then the other one's
the
just
other one's just a drunk. That's
yeah,
in her
raging
mama's
alcoholic.
basement.
So yeah. So the worst thing is there's 15,000 people. Sarah chose this. I went up to Ohio, and I told Sarah when her aunt started shit with me a long time ago about Mikey going to foster care when it was the aunt's fault, not mine. Because I said I was going to take him out of the courthouse, and they wanted me to leave him there. So I left him there, and he had to be emergency removed and molested 6 different times while he was in the foster care down here until I could get him back. And I've been protecting him and her for this whole time. Oh, an update. My lizard is dead now because I'm not there to fluctuate the temperature like I have to have. So I lost a $5,000 lizard. Y'all can go ahead and give a toast to that, Aunt and Grandma, and drink to your heart's content. More stuff that's lost. And everything that is lost and every money that's cost here, Sarah knows about it and Mikey knows about it. And they hate you more for it. That's a fact. That is a 100% fact. Because they know that I took care of them. They know that I risked my life for them. They know that I fought a wild madman from cutting their throat from ear to ear with a knife this long. They took our son, part 1 and part 2. You can look that back up 5 or 6 years ago. I've been going through this shit forever, and I'm sick of it. So we're going to go look at some meat now.
Over haters of it.
Over haters. So 15,000 people that are out there that love Sarah and have been talking to her on a daily basis. You got DEA Exotics. DEA Exotics has been talking to Sarah every single day like clockwork since 2015 without fail, every single day. They are witnesses to the fact that Sarah never wanted to talk to the aunt or the grandma again because she talked to them on a daily basis. My neighbor over here, Janice Jones, right next door, one of her best friends, been here every single day, and Sarah told her everything. They're like blood sisters. Everything. Peter Webster in United Kingdom, he's like her godfather. He's done more for her than they have done for her since 2015 than they have done for her in her whole life.
What about the woman that's in the
Sir
crystal?
Peter Webster, I'm sorry. With honors and much respect to you. He has treated her and me and Mikey like his own blood relatives. Like family. And
what about that woman that sent that crystal to her? Crystal skull or whatever to her.
I did a video of it. I can't remember about her. That's another one.
Our sister.
My sister. The only form of contact in an emergency is me and my sister. That's never changed ever. Sarah put that into effect because she don't
Without
want
you
to
even
talk.
knowing it.
I didn't even know it. I didn't even know me and my sister was the only form of contact. But she does not want them to know anything about her because they harm her. The aunt would have let her die back when she had a bleeding ulcer because they don't believe in blood transfusions. Hallelujah, glory to Jehovah crap. So it wasn't her choice though because she's not head of the family or in charge. So the grandmother, also Jehovah's Witness, was ultimately responsible for deciding to go ahead and do the blood transfusion and Sarah lived. So back then, way back when she was 14 years old, could have died if it was up to the aunt. And now the aunt wants to sit here drunk all day, discrediting me for every single thing I do, saying how bad I am and making up lies. Oh, you got bruises on your head. Oh, Edward don't take care of you. Oh, you got phlegm in your mouth. She's got a tracheotomy in her neck because the aunt called and wanted to force oxycodone down her throat left and right, lying, posing as my sister. That's a fact that I can prove. Everything I speak is facts. I've never lied to anyone on this channel. I've never lied to anyone. I can lie, just like anybody can lie. I choose not to lie because I want people. I'm the type of man that was raised up around all old people. A handshake is good enough for me. When somebody shakes my hand, I take that as a word that is gold, like it's the gospel. People are dirty. They're dirty here. I have no rights here. My wife obviously has no rights here. I'm a damn good cook though.
Yeah, it smells wonderful.
Look at that. Look at that. It just cuts right through that fat. And it's dripping down. So we barbecued these like we did the other day. And it's done, but it ain't gonna hurt it to sit there for a little while, is it? Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Wonderful.
That's done. It ain't gonna hurt it to sit here a little bit and get tender, is it?
No, you just leave it off if you want. Just smoke a little bit.
Oh yeah, look at that, people. I don't know what you call this bone, but I'm gonna hold that right there. I'm chomping that off with my gums. Also, another reason, that's another reason. A lot of people ask me, why don't you have teeth? Why don't you have teeth? I'll tell you why I don't have teeth. If you look up in here, look at this mouth right here. Can you see that hole?
Yep.
You see that? You see this down here? It's deteriorating. It's deteriorating because child services, an ex-Navy SEAL, 3 truck drivers, 2 police officers, all people that were supposed to be protecting me, broke into my home when I was 19 years old in Florida, raped my girlfriend, tried to slit her throat, and I fought them off, shot them, stabbed them, they stabbed me, they shot me. I got a scar back here somewhere where they stabbed it in one side of me. You see a scar back here?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, they stabbed me in my shoulder up here somewhere, and it came out back here through my blade of my shoulder, trying to murder me. All these people are supposed to protect us. So, you know, I apologize if I don't have very much respect or trust in our law enforcement, our child services, or truck drivers, or ex-Navy SEALs, because that happened to me. That's a fact. It was all in the newspaper, Lake City, Florida.
Unprovoked.
April 7th, April 8th, April 9th. Unprovoked. They broke into my house, robbed me, and tried to kill me. I prevented myself from dying. They had to airlift them off of my property. And I called the law 4 hours before. I said, these people are going to come to my house and they're going to kill me. Or they're going to try to kill me. And you'll end up airlifting them off my property. I need some officers to come out here and watch. They said, oh, we can't do that because you just think that's going to happen. I said, it's not going to happen. I had a vision of this happening. And it did. It happened. I can't help it that I have an ability to see things in the future that happens. But it did. And I can tell everybody the future. If my wife gets taken from me, she's going to be put in a nursing home. They're going to pack oxycodone to her. It's going to shut down her respiratory system. They're going to let her suffer dearly with bed sores from head to toe until she is dead. My wife does not deserve that. That is the future if she's not with me, because it's already been proven time and time again. 2 people that are sitting up there drinking themselves to death in Ohio does not know what's going on every single minute of every single hour. I turn my wife every single hour in a 24-hour period. Every hour. Without fail. I never fail. I give her medicine 6 times a day, or 2 times a day. I give her food 6 times a day. They want to say that you got flies in there because of an animal you keep or whatever, the frog. I don't know, but everybody knows that frogs eat flies. And that's not a reason, because a frog does not generate a fly. A frog does not create a fly. A frog was the idea of the Sweetwater High School bought frogs for my child's school, so now they're attacking my child's school science project while he's doing home, and I'm having to homeschool my child, my stepchild. He's my stepchild. No blood kin to me, but I have given my all to him. When I got him in my custody, when he was 6 years old, 7 years old, just turning 7, he was not in school. He was abused. He hasn't even been up there with the aunt and the grandma for years. I decided to go up there, and Sarah said, I don't want to go visit my aunt or my grandma or nobody. I said, well, I'd like to meet your family, because I had planned on me and her being together forever. She didn't want to do it. So I made an arrangement where I would go to Tyndall Park in Illinois at the reptile show, go 600 miles out of my way to visit them the first time. They invite me in, open arms, everything's good. Oh, glad to see you, sir, everything's good. So they just baited me in back then, making me think that I was part of the family and everything's good. So the next year I go up there to Tyndall Park, go all the way down to the grandma. It's on YouTube, you can see the different videos.
Actually went to you 1 year.
Yep. Go there. And then I got in a big argument with the aunt because she wanted to blame me for Mikey going to foster care because of my animals. I have been raising snakes and lizards and any kind of animal you can think since I was 3 years old. I have never been bitten, nor have I ever had anybody hurt or harmed around me with
venomous or anything.
With venomous or with anything. I'm talking tigers, Bengal tigers, rhinoceroses, the black rhino. There was a farm right beside our house and I dealt with this stuff every day. Big silverback gorillas, crocodiles, shit that people have nightmares about is what I have dreams about. Them are my dreams. And I worked with some of the greatest people in the world down in Florida when they first started all of this stuff, bringing cobras and everything in there. Cobras, everything. I've never been bit. And nobody in my career has ever been bit. Oh, yeah.
We're getting attacked because of our lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm getting attacked because of my lifestyle, and the world needs to know about it. I've been good to the world. Not only that, if you look back, I just updated my thing for vlog 147. Watch the vlog and see Sarah in her own words how people are attacking us and they want to think bad about us. But we started a school project. Half of every profit that we make, we put back into our business and we put into supplying school supplies, either locally or food or stuff for kids across America. And we've been doing that and we started a trend. So now I know a lot of you reptile people that are watching out there are part of this project too. Jeepers Creepers Tarantulas, Peter Webster over in UK is even doing it over there, providing school supplies and stuff to children all over America using reptiles to do so. So with them trying to stamp out people like me, not only are they getting rid of rare exotic species of animals that some of them only exist on my property because the governments have already killed them, and I got special permissions from people overseas that could go in there and collect certain specimens before they destroy it all so they could build thatched houses. It took a monumental effort in 15 years of my life to be able to do this so I could not only preserve species that so-called God created, and they care so much about Jehovah, they should care that I'm doing God's work, not just my own. I am a breeder and supplier to anybody who wants to buy animals that are rare, and I have been my entire life. So they want to hold all that against me. They have harmed me and they've harmed my family. They make false calls and false acquisitions against me ever since August 2nd. And way before that, they've been trying to destroy me and my wife and everything we do. They've been trolling my YouTube channel. They troll me on all kinds of social media. They go under all kinds of fake, false accounts that they just create over and over and over because they have nothing better to do. So I'm tired of it. But I want y'all to know the update and how things are going, and they're just not going in my favor. No matter how good I do, it's always not good enough for nobody. Not good enough for nobody. And it's a shame because Sarah has a 2018 sworn affidavit that I did not even know that she had until I had to beat the block off of her safe to get the marriage license that she had put up because she had a stroke the same day that we got married.
And the aunt called or something that's saying that. Yeah. And that's why
the aunt called and said, oh, you're not married, this is fake.
They couldn't do an operation because of that.
No, they couldn't do the operation because they aunt calling, and it cost her to be in the shape she's in. If y'all watch back at her videos, you'll see her eating shrimp with a fork and smiling. And I would get her to write on paper stuff. I'd ask her something and she'd write. By them getting the court order to get oxycodone, it put a tracheotomy in her and a feeding tube in her. That was the aunt's choice that she made, and she made it happen because she does not want my wife to be alive. That is 100% fact. And it's hurting me. I'm not the only one that knows this. My grandfather knows it, my brother knows it, my sister-in-law knows it, my son knows it, my neighbor over there knows it. The big argument from the swimming pool, all my neighbors back here know it because they were all present.
You're at 24.
So, anyway, it's very aggravating. And yes, Edward Tyndall does have a trigger. When you hurt my family, that's my trigger. They want to say that I am untriggered, but yet I deal with thousands of people on a daily basis. And everybody loves me, so I don't understand how me being triggered by someone trying to harm or kill my family is acting like I'm untriggered. It's not. It's a one-sided situation. They don't want to look into this situation. They want to make me out like I'm such a bad guy and lie about the animals that I have. I have no deadly, poisonous, exotic animals. There's no such thing as a poisonous snake.
What about your unicorn?
Anyway, yeah.
Ain't that in the back 40?
Is what it is.
Oh, we got rid of the unicorn, huh?
I don't know. They make me out to be such a bad person, but I have done more good in 1 year of my life than they have in their entire life. I've been a volunteer firefighter for over 20 years. I put my life on the line and I have saved hundreds of lives. I was on the front page of the Sanderson newspaper for saving 300 people's life because the fireman was too scared to do what I had to do, so I had to get his fire truck and save the entire town that was in a bowl shaped like this with fire blazing, trying to kill them all, and I was coughing up black crap for 3 months, smoking smut, was I or not? Y'all can look it up, Sanderson newspaper.
You worked for the forestry for a while too.
I worked for forestry division, taking care of stuff, cutting burn lines. I've done so much stuff for my country, it's not even funny.
What about that guy at the convenience store? He was getting killed when you were 17.
Oh yeah, I'm in the front page of a newspaper. Al.
Al, I hope he's still alive.
Al, he probably ain't. He was one of the last druids, actually. He has actual druid bloodline.
So what happened
Actual druid bloodline. I still have the newspapers. I have copies of them. I was 17 years old, and he got broke into. He was shot. He had his hand cut right here, all the way you could fold his fingers back on his hand. There's money all over it, and there was a little girl there. I go in there, disarm the guy, and put his neck in Al's good arm like this and hold him, and I run outside the store up to the guy's truck, and he pulled a 9mm right in my head. He said, "I'll kill you." I said, "Don't worry about it, take the money and go." And I backed up. I remembered the license plate on there. I went inside, told the little girl, "It's okay, little girl, call 911 and tell them this license plate number and to get here really quick." And she called him and everything else, and then I left. So when I left there, the newspapers came, and Al told him that Edward Tyndall was in there. That little girl's daddy was sitting underneath the car, pissed his pants and was crying while his little daughter, the size of Zoe, was in the store while this robbery's going on. And then the way they wrote it in the newspaper is this coward that was under the car with his daughter in there in harm's way saved the day, and Edward Tyndall was there and helped foil the robbery. That's what it says in the newspaper, but you just got the truth of what happened from me right now.
And Al, we still love you if you're alive.
Yeah, we do love you, brother. He sold me a lot of pops and RC Colas and moon pies.
He got me moon pies and
moon pies,
fake cigarettes.
Yep,
cigarettes.
Fake candy cigarettes. Yep, all that. So I've been a hero my entire life, and everybody wants to make me out to be dirt, and that's not the case. I know a lot of you people watching on here, if y'all have reached out to me and asked me for something, I've made it happen. And it goes both ways. A lot of you that are on here watching, if I've needed help, y'all have helped me. We've got a good, tight-knit community right here that we've built with reptiles and everything, and we need to stick together, because if we don't, we're not going to have anything, people. I love y'all.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Tyndall out.
Tyndall out.